What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another mid video. Today we're working on the FC once again, and we are going to upgrade the radiator and upgrade the alternator in this car. Hopefully it should just make the car run a lot better, and we're trying to bulletproof this car, so that's what we're gonna do. Me and Mitchell are going to go out and pick up the parts, and you guys will see. I'm back at Vodak's shop. We got Mitchell with me. We're just chilling, getting some things done on the FC. We just picked up the parts, FD alternator and a coil rad radiator. And of course we got Vodak's FC, always nice to see. Made it back to the house in one piece. FC is also back. The coil rad is on the ground right here. And the alternator is actually right here, and this is for an FD, and we have the dual pulley on it already, which is going to help us with our belt slipping. So 2 belts is always better than 1. What I think I'm going to do is clean this radiator off real quick before it goes into the car or anything. So we're going to start just by washing it and getting a lot of the grime off.
I mean, I guess if you were about goes inside.
I would apply to 10 in an hour, bro.
Yeah.
You see how he's not responding anymore? Alright guys, I got some heartbreaking news. So I actually recorded a bunch of stuff, but I ended up losing all the footage. So I gotta give you guys an update after the fact. So the last thing you saw was me cleaning off the coil rad. Right now the coil rad is back in the hatch, waiting for another day. What ended up happening was a package came in from G-Spec Automotive. They hooked me up with the FC to FD alternator harness, and I ended up installing the FD alternator. You guys can see right here, this is the FD alternator. However, that is not the first FD alternator I put in that car. So what ended up happening was I put the first FD alternator in. Turns out that FD alternator was putting out 12 volts, so I thought, you know, this FD alternator is faulty. So what I ended up doing was getting 2 more FD alternators, and I ended up installing those with Mitchell and Omar, and it turns out the car still wasn't running right. We realized after taking the alternator on and off about 15 times that the back valve right there was unplugged, and that is a big reason why the car did not run right. So was the first FD alternator that I put in really a problem? Maybe, maybe not. Was the second and third one a problem? Definitely not, because those tested good, but even when I put them in, it still didn't run. But then once I plugged in that back valve and just used one of these other FD alternators, it ended up working. So it could have been the back valve the whole time. Anyways, you guys didn't get to see any of the work, but I'll let you guys know that the FC does have the FD alternator inside it now. And that's progress for the build, and the car is definitely running a lot better. Today, we're back on the FC, and we're finally putting in the new radiator and the new oil cooler with the oil cooler lines. I also got Juan coming back over to drop off a couple things to me. And first order of business is we're gonna flip this car around so that it's facing inwards. So, as you guys can see, coil rad's right here. So we're gonna go ahead and put this in. We also have another FC oil cooler. This is an OEM one with Cork Sport stainless steel braided oil cooler lines. Everything in the car right now is OEM, but it's all gunked up and the oil cooler lines are leaking, and we're gonna put this in too. I'm already tired. I'll make that very clear. I'm already tired. There's sounds like some vacuum leak. My idle is kind of inconsistent. Alright, y'all. First things first. Gotta drain the old coolant out. So take the cap off of the old one so that it drains faster. Then we're gonna go under the car, undo the bolt, and then it should drain out. What, this? This is definitely giving me PTSD from the first time I did it. This shit's ass, bro. Oh my. Taking off the radiator fan. 4 of these little 10 mils. Boom! You got a neat cylinder in there, right? Just taking it nice and slow so that I don't get mad while doing this. Just trying to take my time. Try to do everything properly, do everything calmly, do everything slowly. Ow. God damn, look at that. Disgusting. Disgusting. I gotta cut it.
Yeah.
This is not bullshit you have to go through, bro.
Just straight to the hose.
I need people to know that I actually work on my own car. Oh, you just pay people to do your shit. You just have everyone help you. What they gonna say now? I was out here grabbing wrenches and stuff, but it's just a stupid bullet connector. That's quite important. It's okay. Everything breaks for a reason. Here's the oil cooler. You can see how gross and dirty this is, and all this oil that I'm leaking out. Oh my god, Juan, we got it!
Oh shit.
We got it! Does this have a washer in it, or is it not supposed to have one?
No, it doesn't.
Don't tell me it's not gonna fit, bro.
I don't want to be like bending that shit.
I think you can. That's okay.
Together.
This is hopefully like. That is close to the belts either way though, even if it was like this. That shit's mad close to the belts.
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna restrict my oil flow.
You want to try to like squish it to shape?
Alright guys, so the FC's in shambles again. The only thing I got in was the oil cooler, so that's in the car. Now I'm working on the radiator, and I got Juan getting some hoses for me because I'm trying to get this thing back together today. So, yeah, oil cooler is in. It's a little iffy because one of the oil cooler lines is kind of crimped, which is kind of scary.
Look how dirty he is.
Yeah, I'm so tired, guys. Like, I'm so sick of working on the car. Like, and there was so much oil everywhere, and I was just so like over it because I'm tired of doing this type of stuff. Radiator's gonna go in soon, hopefully, and then we can end it. I'll see you guys when I do that. Alright, as you guys can see, we got the bracket off the old radiator. I just bolted it onto the coil rad. So we just gotta do the same for the other side, and then we should be able to put it in. So as you can see now, I'm just gonna bolt in the radiator. We're missing the hoses and stuff, but Juan's bringing that back. So yeah, we're making progress on this car. Build is getting closer and closer to being what I want it to be. So along with the rest of the stuff we're doing, I got myself a second alternator belt, because if you guys remember when we put this FD alternator in, we were having belt issues, so I only have this one. But we finally got the second one, so finally time to put this on. Just like so. Now, less slippage, more power. Car's back together. I was gone for a little bit, but Juan helped me put it back together. Belts are in, coil rad is in, oil cooler underneath is in with the new lines. We're gonna button a couple things up, bleed the coolant, and then we should be good to go. What's up, guys? So it's been like an hour later. Me and Juan finished the bleeding. The FC is actually right here. My hood's unlocked, so I'll show you. Boom! Everything back together. Now we have a coil rad, new hose. Although this hose is gonna change eventually because it's just rubber. I want silicone hoses, but I had to get it together. Dual pulley with both the belts on it now. And obviously the oil cooler and the oil cooler lines are underneath. Next, we did end up bleeding it, so it should be good to go now. And you guys are gonna get in the car and I'm gonna drive it and y'all can just see how it's running. Here we are. We're gonna start it. Boom. Good as ever. Coolant levels looking good. Oil pressure is looking good. So it's driving. Everything is checking out the way it's supposed to go. Idle is great. Car's just getting better and better every day. Still more to come. And of course, I'm always make videos. But we did a job well done today. Ooh, look at that sunset right there. Ooh. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna end this video. I'll see you guys when I decide to put something else in this car and probably fuck it up some more. Until then, I'll see y'all. Peace.